What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out Against the Storm. We had an opportunity to take a look at a very early alpha of this game like a year or two ago, and it's effectively a game about a doomed settlement. So you live in a apocalyptic world, not like post-apocalyptic, I guess it's like always like this, where there's only one main city, and it's ruled by kind of a fire-attuned god empress who holds back the reins, and now she's starting to send out settlements to try to survive amongst like the never-ending corrupting fog and rain, and you are the leader of one of those settlements, and the goal is to go as far as possible. The game is a roguelite, so you unlock a bunch of new stuff every single time you play. There's different species that you kind of have to keep them happy, kind of like fantasy races, by providing them with jobs that they enjoy and stuff of that nature. I think it's kind of an interesting concept, so if after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, you can get this demo. It's available on Epic right now. The last demo that we played was available on Steam, and so I'm not really sure what that implies, although I've got a feeling. Aside from that, down and below you can find a link to my Discord, my Twitch stream, and all that stuff. So let's get started. We got about 25-30 minutes to burn. All right, so here we are in our my second settlement. I already played my first one down. It was kind of weird, like, there was, like, no tutorial for, like, the first chunk that I played, and then once you play your first settlement and you, like, lose, then when you come back in, it gives you, like, a big, like, 1-minute long kind of video tutorial. I don't know, it was odd. It was strange, and I wasn't sure what to think about it. So there's a couple buildings we've started out with. We've got a stockpile over here, and then we've got our ancient hearth. So long as the ancient hearth stays lit, we're still in good shape. This is basically what holds back the rain for us, even though it's not doing a great job. Over here on the left, we have our citizens. We have two humans. Those are these guys right here. They wear, like, wicker basket turtle shells on their backs to keep the corrupting rain off of them. We've got the beavers. They're good at woodworking and stuff like that. They're wearing raincoats. And then we've got the lizards, who are really, really good with farming, and they're good with meat and kind of butchery and all that kind of stuff. And they are wearing little rice paddy hats. So anyways, in our little starting area right here, we've got access to, I have no idea what those are. I haven't seen those before. Apparently, that's a slick shell broodmother. That's what I learned today. Those are new. Those weren't in my last playthrough. That's a rock pile right there. We're obviously surrounded by trees at the moment. These are glades. There's a lot of objectives that require you to clear glades to find like special objects or rare artifacts that give you perks. Over here on the left, you'll also see everybody has a resolve meter. When it goes down to like 0, basically you lose. That's all you really need to know about it. This meter down here at the bottom, this is the queen's impatience over here. As it goes up, bad things happen because she punishes you for not completing the objectives that she's giving you. And then as you complete the objectives, they give you new buildings and things that you can build. And right now we've got a free building, which is the farm. So we'll take the farm real fast. The first couple things that I would recommend, what is this right here? Regular storm. Homeless villagers are especially vulnerable during the storm. Fulfill the needs for housing. Okay. They have a 10% chance of dying every 60 seconds during the storm. Jesus, that's not great. Okay, I don't know how we're going to come across, I don't know how we're going to fix that. This did not happen on my last playthrough, and so now I'm very, very scared. My last playthrough, people were not spontaneously falling over dead from rain exposure. We're going to need a lumber hut because we need, like, wood to build shelters, basically. They're going to kick into work and get that done. I don't know if this is, like, permanent. I don't know how long that's going to last, but as you can see, our little workers are going to start moving stuff over here to get the lumber mill going. I don't know how hard it's going to be to make a shelter, but I would definitely, since we basically spontaneously die if we don't have shelters, I'm definitely going to recommend we probably work on shelters about as soon as possible. I don't know. Oh, it's only during the storm. Okay, so we're in a drizzle right now for the next 5.5 minutes, so I think they gave us some breathing room to mess around with. So there's our first woodworkers area. Obviously, we're going to assign the beavers to wood chopping. It just seems like the logical thing to do in this situation. We'll add some tree chopping areas right here so that they know where to cut. You can move these buildings. One feature that I really like about these games, or this game in particular, is I thought to myself, like, man, you clear the trees really quickly. It'd be cool if there was an option to move the lumberjacking hut to a new location. There is. The developers already thought of that. So kudos, developers. You cut me off at the pass. I thought that I had found an easy critique, and I was like, ha-ha! Substantial critique for my And then I realized that you already came up with a solution to that problem. So well done. Well done. You'd be surprised how many games do not do that. And I'm just like, it's exactly how I thought it was going to be. We've got to get some fertile ground over here so we can make a farm. I think that's a really good idea. Looks like they can mostly use this farmland right here, depending. I'm going to put the farm right there. We don't have the wood for the farm right now because they've got to, like, ferry it back on over here after chopping some wood. But they should get started on it in just a minute, and that should take care of our food supply. We've also got edicts. So they want me to make 2 lumber camps and 2 shelters. That should be easy enough, and our reward is a couple of parts. We get 2 more beavers, and then we get reputation, which is each of these pips right here is reputation. So as you complete these quests right here, they get harder and harder and harder. So technically, like, you're supposed to die, like, somewhere in these last 2 cards. So the game is roughly, like, 35 minutes long. And so anyways, the longer you go without completing one of these, the madder the queen gets at you. So there is an argument to be made, but I haven't played around with it. I was going to let it go all the way up, deliver, and see if it completely emptied it, but I haven't had a chance to test the theory yet that maybe like min-maxing like that might be the best way to preserve yourself. I think we do have one person tending the flame right now. This little symbol is how many people of this race are unemployed at the moment. So all of our beavers are working. They're all chopping down trees. Beavers have a bonus to chopping down trees. They have a chance to give you, I think, a double output. I think if they're working on lumberjacking or woodworking, like making planks. And then humans, I don't know what they're good at. They're adept at farming, so there you go. That pretty much makes that an easy-peasy pick for where the humans are going to work at. The humans, they are going to work inside of here. These slots are dedicated, so the one that has a human on it, only a human can use that slot. And so technically we could put a lizard in on the top one and the mandatory human in on the bottom one. But anyways. Yeah, sow some fields, man. It looks like I have to do it manually, so I guess we'll sow some fields. There you go. Get to work, my friends. Get to work. Do we have enough wood for another house? Because I'm actually kind of worried about this modifier. I've got a bad feeling about this death modifier. I don't want my people to drop dead. I just don't want to be thought of as the king that allowed his people to drop dead. Ooh, we're growing mushrooms, dude. I love mushrooms. Mushrooms are like one of my favorite things, dude. I put mushrooms on everything. Kebabs, steaks. I chop up mushrooms and make mushroom sauce for just about everything. Mushrooms are the best. They're like one of my favorite things in the entire world. I can't fathom living in a world with no mushrooms. It would upset me. They'll get that done in just a minute, and then this house should be up momentarily. We'll have to work our way through the tech tree. That's our 2 houses. If we set up a second lumber camp, maybe in the direction of more glens. There's danger in there. Okay, so it's like, it's spoopy over there. Gotcha. It's extra strength spoopy. Well, maybe we'll go over this way then. I don't think I need to have them staffed. I think I just need to have 2 of them. And so if we can manage to have 2 of them, I think we'll be all right. But they're going to get our buildings done over here, and then they are going to get our lumber done. And we should be able to turn in the first quest and unlock a new building. There's also going to be events and things that we're going to have to resolve along the way. People stub their toe and they're like, "Me lord, what should I do about this?" And then you make arbitrary decisions that raise and lower morale. For example, putting the fool to death for coming to you about stubbing his toe. Generally considered poor form and makes everybody sad. I think we should be able... Yeah, we can deliver both of these, actually. Yeah, let's do it. I may save the second one for a little bit, actually. We'll slow the game back down. And we got 2 more beavers. Good. Beaver. And then you guys start working towards this glen over here. There we go. We can get a double glen unlock right there. And normally the game has at least 1 or 2 quests for you to try to get glens. We've got a new building. It's called the Trapper's Camp. Starting point to look for going into the wild to collect meat and insects and eggs. Okay, so I've got a feeling it's for these little snaily boys over here. We are growing food from our farm, which is super cool. Let's go and do the Trapper's Camp, and we'll just put it, like, right there. And I think they're going to go and kill off the snails, I think. I don't know if snail meat is any good. It might be. It might not be. Our next quests, they have popped, so we need to get 4 grain. Apparently we can choose our crop, and our reward is 10 bricks and 10 ropes. We also have a quest to get a brewery going and get some ale. And that will give us a builder pack, which means that it'll increase the maximum carrying capacity of all of our builders. So that's really, really good. We'll get some food, and we will get some barrels. All right. I think I can keep that in mind. I'm not going to turn them in. I'm going to try to basically forestall her impatience. by kind of putting off some of these goals. But wood should not be a problem from here on in. I think we should be all right on the wood front. How do I choose if they grow grain or not? Oh, I told them to grow like everything, so they're growing like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Gotcha. All right, well, after the first harvest, I'm thinking I'm just going to swap it over all to grain because this particular mission, my last mission was just to uncover glades, and then the game doesn't really have a readily accessible way for you to, like, end a run. If you go to the options, oh, there is an abandon right there. Never mind. I'm stupid. But anyways, all right, our trapper's camp is up and ready to rock, and the lizards tend to be really good at this, so I'll put the lizards on it. So there we go. Lizards are ready to go. I need more population, so I think I'm going to turn this in to get 2 more humans. I think that's a good idea. We get a new building, which is the brewery. Okay. I think the objective changes depending on how far into the game you are and what you've unlocked, too, because my last colony, the entire focus was just on basic resources and exploration. This time around, it seems to be that they're teaching me how to do industry, so that's good. We've got the Stormwalker is here. People have been sent by the Crown. Which group would you like to stay, Viceroy? The other will continue on to the next settlement. We'll take the human and the beaver, because I want to put the beaver in right there. And then we've already got the farm coming on in. Now that they're harvesting, I just want you guys to do grain. Don't do anything else. How many people do I have? I have 14 people, which means we're going to need more houses as well. Otherwise, the next storm is going to wipe us out and people are going to die. We also may want to stay ahead by making extra houses. Each of these houses holds 4 people. So this will give us room for 20 and something to grow into without having to worry about the fact that new people are going to come in and, like, die in the rain. So it's a good idea. Let's get these places rocking. We're going to use the humans as kind of like a labor resource for right now. And then we'll figure everything else out after that. Food seems to be going okay. I don't think we need to worry too much about food. Maybe I'll cut this in half. Maybe we'll have grain and vegetables. Dude, that's a big broccoli right there. Like, that's a beefy boy broccoli. Like, if that was a broccoli that lived in my backyard, I would name it, like, Broccolore. And I would, like, never cut it, dude. It's basically a tree. I mean, if you think about it, it's really what a broccoli is. Like a little tiny mini tree that you eat, and then you get fiber so you can poop. Well, that's really its only function. Like, it doesn't really give you any calories. It's got, like, some vitamins and stuff in there, but let's be realistic. The whole thing is just for fiber, all right? It's not something we eat because we want to eat it. It's something we eat because, like, we have to. This lumber camp's doing pretty good right here. I'm going to have them keep clearing down in this direction, too. You maybe go out about as far as you can in all directions. There we go. And then once... Oh, we've got more fertile land right here, so we can make another farm. That'd be cool. What's our next mission? So we need to have 5 grain for our next mission. All right. That should be easy enough to accomplish. 2 more houses are down, so I think we should have housing for everybody. After this one right here. Well, that little meter didn't go up, but I assume that the little meter will at some point go up and imply that, like, I'm safe from the rain. There's more fertile ground over there, too, which is pretty cool. I may wait for my next batch of immigrants, but I don't know. Did we get the 5 grains yet? I assume that grain is a crafting material. We did get the grain for the quest, so that should be done in just a minute. We can send people out to go and scavenge this, and I think it's a good idea. We'll send out some humans. It looks like it's going to give us grain, it's going to give us firewood, and it's going to give us coats if we keep it. Or we can send it to the queen, and it looks like the queen will give us amber, and the queen will give us reputation. Since that's not enough to unlock a new thing, I'm just going to take the coats for ourselves. Your people automatically equip raincoats from your inventory whenever a storm comes in, and it protects them from that storm so that, like, the effects of it do not lower their morale and also do not cause them to die in the rain, stuff like that. So, like, I feel like the raincoats are much more useful. Like, really, does a god Empress of the Flame really need, like, a batch of 15 basic Kmart, you know, raincoats? Like, no, dude. I don't think she needs that. She probably has access to it. Far be it from me to judge the mind of a god, but I'm just saying it feels like it would better serve her glory if we kept it, and this colony survived an extra storm or 2 because of the fact that we kept it. That's all that I'm saying. Hopefully they'll chop these down pretty soon. It looks like there's ancient danger over there, so we don't want to trim those trees. That would be a mistake. I don't want to fight anything on that side. I actually have not done combat in this game at all. I don't particularly know if combat is, like, egregiously terrifying or not. We can turn this bad boy in. That gives us ropes and bricks. Let's do it, and we'll see what the next building is that it's going to give us. The next building is a kiln. It allows us to produce coal, bricks, and jerky. Okay, that sounds all right. It looks like our resolve is going up for a little bit, although the lizards do appear to be much more unhappy than everybody else. But we have enough houses to last us for a little while. Our next thing that I would probably suggest is maybe like a stonecutter's camp right there so that we can get this stone. It looks like we can get about 60 stone out of there, and it'll clear that area so that I can build. And that sounds like something that I'd like to do. There's another glade right there. So once they clear it, can I get these trees cleared too? No, I can't. So after they finish this, I'll move this down to here. And once they've knocked out... Oh, there's a glade right there, and it looks like it's full of mushrooms. We've got mushrooms and what looks like a little bit of farming land right there, if we can actually chop down enough forest to make it work. I really, really like the Warcraft 3 style visuals that they went with for the game. The rain is here, and it is happening. And so we've just got to kind of, like, outrun this for a little bit. What are they unhappy about? So we can see... Let's see here. So we've got stagnation... We've got stagnation right there, and then these guys... Okay, so it looks like we have like a guild house and stuff like that. They get a little bit happier. So they've all got things that they want. So yeah, we do have raincoats available, which is helping us out a little bit. But... Oh, okay, so we can favor them with extra rations and stuff, too, if we want to. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, everybody's going to take a resolve hit, I think. Luckily, this is only like a minute and a half, so I don't think it's going to tank our meters or anything else like that. If I do have workers, I would prefer... Are you guys almost done with the harvesting of this? There's only one charge left, so what'll happen is we'll grab that. I'll close this building down. And then once he's gathered the final one, then we'll put both of the lizards in here for stone mining, I think. There we go. So they have no deposits nearby. That means we can fairly safely pull both the workers out of there. And then we can put you in right there and you in right there. Because I think the lizards like stone cutting. So they should enjoy their job on that side. This isn't like, you know, forced labor or anything else. This is actually something they want to do. Kind of like the beavers want to chop trees. It looks like we didn't have enough coats for all of our beavers. And so, everybody else is somewhat okay, but, well, the beavers evened out. We might be alright. Got looming darkness and a sacred pyre. Alright. So that's not doing anything right now. I have 3 humans that are idle. What can I do with my tray humans that are idle? The kiln seems like a cool idea, but let's go off of our quests for right now. So they want me to brew ale. So if we have a brewery, we can do that. But I get the feeling the brewery is going to require specialized resources that we don't necessarily have access to. Yeah, planks. So we're going to need the crude workstation first. We'll put in the crude workstation right there, and we'll have the humans work on knocking out some planks. And then once the planks have been knocked out, we should be able to make our brewery. I don't know if the paths actually, like, work. It's hard to say. Like, you can bring up the paths, but they don't seem to click and drag or anything else. And so, I don't want to spend too much time fiddling with them, but it says that the paths make people walk faster. And, like, it's only like a 5% bonus, but still, that's something. Okay, so we have 2 things to resolve. We've got more immigration. We can get a human, we can get a lizard, or we can get a beaver and a lizard. Let's go for, I think you get like a morale boost for keeping like their numbers somewhat similar to each other. And so like if you have way more of a certain race than you have of other races, I think they get kind of like grumpy pantsed. We can also do a specialized, oh no we can't, never mind, that was from my last run. My last run I could make special houses for each of the races, basically. Traders from the smoldering city can station here and offer wares. That's actually seems like it might be really helpful. Yeah, put it right there. We have nobody working over here. Let's have a human and a human over here. And then we'll set the limits on all this stuff. I'd like to limit it to like 15 planks, 15 ropes, and like 15 bricks for now. And it looks like we can actually type the number in right there. It's not immediately obvious that you can do it, but you can, so that's good. I was kind of wondering, because the fiddly-diddly slider right there is kind of hard to get to land on the specific numeration of like 1 that you want it to. We also have something coming in from the God Queen. No one can weather the storm alone. The Queen offers you a cornerstone that will lay the foundation for your town's prosperity. Choose wisely, as you won't be able to change it. So we have rich harvest. We get extra grain gain. Okay, we have advanced brewing, so we produce 30% more beer. Or we have grubbing tools, a set of tools specialized to grub tree stumps. Gain 10 roots for every glade you discover. Probably go with the rich harvest. That sounds like the plan to me. They're back on planting, which is great. Got a couple people who are idle, but dude, our resolve is going up. Why is their resolve going up right now? Oh, because the firekeeper is a lizard. They're comfortable because they have a house. And then they've got some other stuff going on. All right, that's fine. Yeah, get as much resolve as you can. If the resolve goes up above right there, you gain reputation to get new technologies. And if it goes down below a threshold down here, the Queen's Ire goes up faster. Oh, that's actually faster than last map, too. The Queen's Ire was 0.15 per minute on the last map. It's 0.25 here. All right, fair enough. Hopefully the trader offers me some pretty sweet stuff. Like, I'm hoping that that'll be a way for me to shore up kind of like inefficiencies in what I have or don't have. They haven't completed even 1 round of production yet, so we'll figure that out at some point. We've got mushrooms over here that can be gathered. Food is looking really good at the moment, though, so I'm not really that worried about it. We need to get the brewery up and running about ASAP. I do have a few more people, so technically I could make another crude workshop for now, and then we could just deactivate it when we no longer need it. And I think that may actually be a good idea. Yeah, let's do it. How much is left on that stone right there? Oh, it's clay. Okay, we got 42 charges of clay left. Okay, so our next workstation is up, and I've set up the limits for it. Oddly enough, the limits are not shared in between buildings. I would think that they would be, since that's like a global, like, only make this amount. But I guess not. That's what I had thought would be a thing, but it's possible that I'm wrong in this case. You guys keep chopping down trees, and then I'll move this over to here, and we'll put the brewery in right there once we have the resources required in order to get it done. We got 10 ropes, 10 bricks. We got planks around here anywhere? Ah, the planks have not been brought over to... The planks have not been brought over to where you want them to go. Oh, cool. He's got +5 to his resolve. Hell yeah. So I guess I should probably put beavers in these places. I didn't think that the beavers would be into making ropes and stuff, but I guess they're into making planks. Maybe they only get the specific bonus when they're actively working on that thing. I'll actually probably just destroy you in a minute. Yeah. I don't see anything else that we really need out of them. We have exactly enough houses for people right now. So I feel like it would be hasty of me not to start prepping more houses. Just for the next batch of immigrants, which is no doubt coming. So we'll start putting down some houses, too. They're starting to move the planks around, which is great. I think we need to pick up more lizards, so if we can get a double lizard pick, I think that would be really, really good, because that'll raise their resolve up, and we'll have a much more balanced population. As of right now, it's just speculation whether or not that matters for people's resolve, but when I took the lizard last time, their resolve seemed like it went up by a whole bunch, and so, like, I'm thinking it might work that way. Ah, we've got another harvesting location over here, so now what we can do is we can take this little bastard, and we can move him over to this side, and then we take that one lizard and we put him in right there to just go gather all that stuff. Yerp. And now we've got everybody employed. However, having everybody employed is not inherently a good thing, because what that means is that there's nobody to build these houses. I'm going to move this. I think I'm going to strong push right, because there's a... Oh, well, that's a nasty glen right there. Okay. That's a jerkwad glen. I'll put you right there. You move back to here. I'll probably put in a stockpile over here, actually. Let's go ahead and clear out this queue real fast. And then we'll tell them to wipe out these trees and these trees, because I think they're going to need their own stockpile, because their walk is getting kind of long to go back to this stockpile over here. Yeah, I feel like that might be advantageous. We'll go ahead and cancel that real fast. We'll cancel all of these too. The little city's growing, though. And so we should have a clearance very shortly, and that harvest should come in. What do we have going on over here? The quartermaster of the First Dawn Company. Can I interest you in something specific? Maybe some delicious grasscap mushrooms or stormbird eggs. What do you want for, like, 5 planks? You guys want anything specific? How much is amber worth? I assume that's the currency for the game. So he's not down... Oh, it's my goods are over there and the trader's over there. Oh, that's weird. Okay, never mind then. Fair enough. I will take... What do you have? A bakery blueprint, a forager camp blueprint, obsidian shovels. We've got obsidian sickles, so lots of farming implements and stuff. Let's say that we put that over there. How much wood would it take for you to give me this item? Is wood like... Wood has, like, no value? Okay, that's fine. What about, like, resin, maybe? No, not resin. I get the feeling that that's really expensive then. All right, well, then we'll start prepping. I think that's maybe where the amber comes in. But what we can do, actually, is we can trade for, like, how many wood can I get rid of for, like, 5 amber? Oh, wow. So amber's, like, really valuable. Okay, so, like, I guess it's... Yeah, this has got... It says that it's the widely accepted currency. We'll take, like, 3 amber right here, and then... I don't really need this much wood. Like, we have a lot of wood right now. There we go. So now we got a little bit of amber. I'll take that. Nice little store of value. Alright, so they're getting those bad boys done. We're trying to get some housing done. We have more immigrants coming on in. I'm going to take... Ooh, we can take 3 people or we can take 2 people. Let's take 2 because I'm not super sold on what my food situation is right now. I do want the foragers camp. How expensive is the foragers camp? Yeah, give me the foragers camp real quick. That was probably not the best use of my resources, but we do have forageables down here, and without that foragers camp, we're gonna have a bad time. Alright, so we'll put in the foragers camp right there. The wood will recover. Like, they chop so much wood on any given day that I'm not really that concerned about it. Like, it should be alright. I do think it'd be a positive idea to push towards another glen, just in the off chance we can find some more raincoats or something. I mean, obviously we don't have a clothier, so it's going to take us some time to get there. Did we get all of the planks done? Looks like we did, so we can get our brewery up and running too. Let's get our brewery, and we'll slap this bad boy down. Oh, it's big. That's a big beefy boy building. Okay. We'll slap the brewery down right there for right now. And like that, the brewery has been erected. So the 2 humans over here, we'll put them on mushroom gathering. just to see if we can make a little bit of food down here. Because humans are good at foraging and farming. Over here, anybody can do this job. Oh, we need pottery. I don't think we have pottery. Yeah, we definitely don't have pottery, so that's where the clay comes in. We can absolutely bulldoze that guy, although I don't know if there's any point to bulldozing stuff. If you can just move it wherever you want it to go, we can almost... We got to make 8 of those. Okay, so we got to figure out where we get a potter from. We've got a kiln over on this side, I assume. Oh, we do not get it from right there. Hold on. So this right here is pottery. I thought that maybe the kiln would produce the pottery. But I guess not. Okay. I'm gonna build one anyways. Just kind of in the off chance that it does end up having the recipe in there somewhere. Like, because we need to figure out where we get pottery from. And until we get pottery, I think we are just condemned to being very, very unhappy boys. I'm going to put a beaver or 2 over here. And we'll leave the lizards right now for being kind of like our farriers and our builders, I guess. He's almost done on that side. Food is looking great. Tree chopping is going kind of slower than I'd like for it to go, though. Yeah, it looks like we can make bricks out of clay, but we can't make... Curious. We can make bricks out of clay, but we can't use the kiln to make pottery. Huh. Well, if nothing else, we'll put somebody on producing coal, I guess. We'll call this, like, 10 coal. We'll keep that to a limit, because we can load coal into the hearth, and it gives people a resolve bonus that I think we're going to need past the storm, basically. I don't know how long it's going to take them to get that in there, but I'm guessing we have to buy the pottery for the beers from this building over here. I don't know that for certain, but, like, I'm taking a rough guess. I didn't see pottery in there, but I bet it was. Because I had thought that the kiln was going to do that. Oh, we can change the inputs, too. Yeah, go ahead and make some jerky then, my dude. Yeah, make like 15 jerky. Who doesn't love jerky? I assume that the stars next to the item imply how valuable it is and like how much worth we get out of it with a trader. But anyways, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. This is Against the Storm. Hope you guys enjoyed your stay. Oh, there's another thing of raincoats over here that I missed. Oh, weak, dude. Super, super weak. I didn't realize that that was right there because it was behind a tree. Oh, dude. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Put a lizard bro on it, and we'll bring it back. I will see you all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Thank you for being here, and that's all I got for you. Later.